Taiwan dollar strengthening, is it a concern? Yes, it is. Japan bond traders are getting worried. And why are they? That is a very important thing to take note of today because I believe that we could be seeing a repeat of the 1997 Asia financial crisis. Let me go into details right now. Now, before that, it's our disclaimer apply as usual, guys. Now, let's take a look at the bonds market. Now, we do know that the bonds, they go in a simple manner. The longer term of the bond, the yield will get higher, right? So, of course, the 20-year bond will get 4.85% example, and the 30-year bond is at 5.1%. So, we understand this. But the thing is this right now, right? The 30-year bonds are really flying up literally from 2022 all the way to today now. Now, what is happening? Why is the bond in US going up so fast? The bond price, the bond yield, sorry, is because the bond price is coming down. People are getting very worried of the US market itself, and this is something that is a rising concern for a lot of people. Now let's understand this more because we know that now the jittery is starting to come into the US South, and people are getting asking a lot of questions regarding about what's going to happen to the market. And we can see that the recent Moody's downgrade intensified the whole thing itself, whereby people now are getting out from the longer term bonds. They're going to go to shorter term bonds because they are very worried that US may not be able to pay them. And of course, the dollar seemingly is coming down at a rapid speed. And that really, really is a very big concern for a lot of countries, especially those like Taiwan who do a lot of export instead. So now the thing is this, we all know that the government debt to GDP now is really soaring. And just this few years alone, look at the number, it's beyond 100%. And now Donald Trump, most likely his new bill is going to add in about $3.8 trillion to it itself. This is going to be leading to a lot of interest to be paid because previously the interest was at the low end, but now the interest at the higher end, and Federal Reserve is seemingly not keen to cut interest rates. So that will definitely hit the market. So what do I do with Taiwan then? Now, apparently you must understand Taiwan has been enjoying a very simple 31.50 to $33 range exchange rate with the US for many, many years. Suddenly itself, it has just strengthened all the way from 32.50, dropped all the way to 28 itself. And this is not a good sign because you must understand, the China Taiwan country, they do a lot of export. So the dollar actually strengthen isn't good. So of course the market is now all watching the 30 mark, but now we saw it went below the 30 mark. And as of today itself, it's now nearing to the 29 flat area. Now this is going to be very bad for the market for Taiwan because there will be a repercussion from here. And of course we can see right now they're getting worried and they feel that things are going to get very, very dangerous for them. And of course, we all know that that is not the end because now Japan physical situation is also getting worse. And in fact itself, the one of the finance official says that now it could be worse than Greece. Oh my God. Look at the third Japan bond yield. My goodness, look at the way it shot up again. So this is why it's happening right now. It's really going around. And of course, you can see right now they're getting very, very concerned. They are really thinking that now what if the US bond market collapse and Japan collapse? And what will happen? Now you must understand one very big thing is that Japan is one of the biggest holder of the US bond. So if Japan need to sell the US bonds to save themselves is actually very, very possible. And because of that, right now, people are getting very worried and they feel that, right, and because of now the Japan auction for the bond is also getting weaker right now. Everybody's getting very worried, and you can see the latest thing is that now are getting nervous and they feel that this will actually create a crazy movement which will cause the yield to really shoot up. So now the thing is this, that some argument says that while everybody focusing that the yield has went up for Japan, but they say that if you look carefully, so if compared to the years over, I mean like 1990s to now, we are nowhere there to the high level. But come on, guys, that's like 30 years ago economy versus now. You cannot compare that to me, in my opinion. So what is to me is fair is that you can see that the yield has shoot up, and that is a thing to be worried about. And if the yields goes up, the bond price goes down, and that's going to continue as well. This is going to be a very big problem for the stock market. So if you look at this right now, based on what I'm saying, the Japan stock market now is trying to stay above 36,000. It has recovered recently to about 37, 38, But I think that if another breakdown, it should be going down because we must understand that the interest paid on the public debt itself, Japan is one, if the not the one that pay the most. This is going to be a very huge thing for them. And if the GDP now is a negative, that will definitely hit them again. So with all these things add together, I feel that one of the catalysts that may happen in the market itself will be Japan. And of course, let's hope and thankful that there'll be no any what do you call natural disaster to come in. If there's going to be any really crazy natural disaster to come in, because there's some speculation say that there's something to happen in July. If that really happens, Japan may be into some serious trouble. And of course, last but not least, look at my indicators now. The last 3 days, the boys are selling in the market. Although you can see the market is going up, but the boys indicator tell me they are selling. So I suspect that if there's going to be any sell in the market now, current price is 38,166 for the CFD. I believe that we may see the market coming back down to 36,500 within the next 2-3 weeks itself. Let's hope I get it wrong and wish you all the best in trading. I have a lot more videos coming up, guys. See you then. Bye bye.